Live with Rex, episode 107. So, like yesterday, this one will be a sequence of long streams, maybe 2 or 3. I'll try not to do 3, but well, it wouldn't be terrible if we did do 3. But anyway, welcome to the stream. I don't anticipate this one doing particularly well, to be honest. Purely because my streams do better when they're done later at night, but I wasn't waiting till later at night to do any of what I'm going to be doing. So there is that. We've got a couple goals in mind for the stream. My first one will probably be to, get the shelving up here sorted. Because I've got things in the other room that I'd rather were not in the other room. So yeah, this will be one of multiple parts today. Again, I want to do one long part and one short part, so who knows, maybe I'll take a break at some point between these. I don't know when, but we'll get all that figured out as we go. So annoyingly, the bit we need to do first is the most annoying bit, but it's the kind of one of the essential bits of the room. And annoyingly, I need to take one off just to put it back on. And actually, I need to do that with 2 of them. So that will be all sorts of fun. But yeah, so that's kind of how we're going to do it. Again, I'm tempted just to make this part like an hour's worth and then take a short break and go from there. Who knows? I'm still figuring a lot of how I want to do this out. Yesterday, throughout the 3 live streams that I did make quite a bit of progress, so I did get somewhere with it. But essentially, the first thing that I want to redo is all the shelving there. It's the bit I want to touch the least out of the whole damn thing, but it won't make sense if I leave it the way that it is. So, I suppose I better get cracking. I've got to remove the cone turbo tank, try to find its handle. Take away the pirate tank. This shouldn't be too horrible to try and do. It's just I can't be bothered is more accurate. And this poster has to come down as well because of the way this will work. So let's work on getting this removed. Now I am in work all day tomorrow. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. So the way that that's going, I will not be streaming. I don't think there will be one tomorrow. I think we'll lose my streak tomorrow, but hey, we'll find out. So we'll take down this long shelf first. Here as well. That's the first side out without problem. Just about, there's a final screw at the back we need to get. That was one of the bigger screws, right. Sorry if the lie's not too entertaining. If anyone said anything in the comments, you'll have to wait a moment until I tell me what to read it. I want to get this off first. Take a second. Hey, how's it going? But yeah, so this might not be the best, most entertaining live, but it's the live where I'm going to try and get the most stuff done. Yesterday's free live was productive in terms of what we got done. There we go, it's not stuck. So I'm going to have to remove the AT-OT and the shuttle as well. They're just here for, you know, temporary storage. All this is getting done. Man, I was able to get those off easy enough. The real fun was putting the bigger one back on, because I'm swapping the bigger one and that smaller one around, so it's more flushed. Hey, do you know what? I'm happy, right? I'm surprised for what time of the day we're doing the stream, because normally these never do that well this time of day. Normally it's kind of 5:30 on in the day that they do better. So, hey, thanks everyone who's showing up. Kinda. I had to take a phone call before the stream. Hey, less than 10 minutes in, we got like task number 1 complete, so I'm happy. Right, now I've got to do the fun bit, which is remove some of these things off the wall. And apparently drop them. I'll have to get that later. About there. And then let's get this next screw in. That looks pretty perfect and straight to me. I'll just consult with my spirit level. Where the hell I put that? That's still buried in within the shelf, isn't it? Ah, crap. So just by eyeballing it, it looks fine. We're going to put the other screws in. Yeah, it's alright, man. People go through periods of time not being able to join the streams. It's all good. That's only one of a few streams I'm able to do today. So, yeah. They're not new shells, by the way. I should probably point that out. These are just, we're rearranging. Put that there. I'm going to pull that spirit level. I just want to be sure on these things. That one, not so much. Perfect. Now, I have more of these that are going to go along the way, but that's just managed to, a couple of screws that I do need to put in. I've only put in the basic screws just to, you know, line it up. But from here, I've got more of these that are going to go along, kind of the way we had it before. Now tomorrow, I am in work for an entire day, like as in 7 AM to like 10 PM. So I'm not going to go as late as I did last night because I want a good amount of rest for that. So I'm going to throw these sets back on the shelves just so they're out of the way. I'll typically keep Lego, or a lot of Lego anyway, on these shelves. These shelves were primarily being used for DVDs and video games, which is something I'm also a collector of, if anyone's new to the channel. 2010 turbo tank can go back up. That's the Lego backup on the shelf. So, there we go. So, right, I'm going to go get the other shelves that are meant to go along. I've decided we'll make this part, right? This stream will strictly just do the shelving and get the things back on that shelf, right? It says there's more people than that. It says there's 6. Then from there, I'll take a break, go out, grab some things, come back, and we'll do the other stuff. So I'm going to go get them other shelving bits. Right. Time for this shelf. So you get the idea, top, bottom, kind of just the way you would think it would go. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're going for. Now I've got a cup in here that I put all the screws in. Where are you? All black cup where I put all the screws and bolts and, well, everything in. I'm hoping I did. I'm hoping I did not bury it under the other. There it is. I was slightly panicking that it was buried under all the Lego. Like all the bits are in there, which are basically the nails for these. So it's a gigantic pain, but let's see. Now none of these shelves are created equal. They do not line up correctly. That was not me screwing up or anything. It's just the nature of the way these shelves are, because none of them are exactly the same. Perfect nail, or screw rather. Right, that one's perfect. I just need to put the other 2 screws in and it's good to go. Right, next one up. That was not a smart thing to do. Don't do that. Ow. Don't be an idiot. And sadly, that's something I'm good at. I can't read the comments since I managed to get those two up fairly quickly, I might add. I'm not doing a giveaway, Lego Master. I've told you this. We went over this in the last stream. Now I'm going to get the 2 more shells I've got. I think I've got 4 more sitting around in total. I could be wrong about that number. Alright, so I got the number wrong. It's 2 more that I've got. I do have more in somewhere in storage that I could use. Annoyingly, that's not a perfect fit. So I will put wall shells there maybe eventually. Or something that can hold more stuff would be great. Gonna move Hondo's pirate tank out the way. I don't want to smash a set. Especially not one that's the old Lego brown colour. I've got to come read the comments before I install these other two and kick that pick-a-brick up again. Right. Get the screws and get it installed. In position perfectly. That's not helping. Now you get another screw to fix the tilt that it has. Right, one more of these to put on. I believe I have two more of these that I put away in storage under the kitchen table, so I may look into putting them somewhere else. Just because I'm not just a compulsive Lego collector, I'm a compulsive retro video game buyer. Because of course I can't help myself. I'm gonna get a drink before we put the last one up because I really need one. There we go. You see? Not practical. I thought about that when I put them up the first time, but I will sit against this wall while watching TV or doing other things. I need to be able to sit under it with enough height for my head. So it's one of those kind of things. But when I was doing it the first time, I did consider that idea. It just didn't work out as being very practical. Right, let's get the screws together. That screw perished. Right. Gotta quickly fish out the spirit level because it fell. Right, stay right like that. Stop. Adjust the other side to the tilt. Perfect. Start getting another one in. One of these in the back of it, and we should be fine. And there we go. Got my shelves back up. So it turns out it was a row of three. I would have had the triple decker shelf if I could have, trust me. Because I did entertain the idea. But, you know, that itself doesn't look too bad. We've got it all sorted. So the main shelf is there. We've still got the one back there that will have UCS stuff on it. So it is still, some of it's still the same, but we're making changes. The big reason behind this was kind of, I wanted to use my window again. You hit 16 subs. Everyone else in the chat, go subscribe to Mr. Fit. Let's try and make it 20. So, there is some Lego on these at the moment. That's not going to stay. Just making sure these are all solid. Oh, brilliant. All this Lego will get moved. But this means I can now start to bring things in from another room, which is pretty much, I'm going to tighten that one and then we'll go for it. There we go. Now I'm trying to decide what to bring in first. We'll put the turbo tank up here for now. Brilliant. I like to watch other creators grow. Right, we're bringing through the first load, and I just went and grabbed a bunch of my PlayStation 1 games. So I'm going to lay it out more or less the way I had it before, so that'll be 360 stuff. PlayStation 1 will be in this category here. There we go, that's the first group of things added back. So, you know, that's immediate progress we're making. Also, all the Lego boxes and stuff still have to come back. That'll be a whole thing we need to do. I mean, I don't know if I'm surprised by any of that. Now, I'm going to get another load of things. Alright, I'm back. We've got another stack of PlayStation 1 games. You may be back at 12. I might not be streaming still at 12. I'll probably be taking a break in between parts because I'm planning to do 2 streams today to cover this. There we go, that's some progress. Hey there, Screw. We're just getting these shelves up. I'll go get the next load of things. Right, more. It's a mix of PlayStation 1 and 2 games. They're not in any particular order. Well, they're in order by console, but you know what I mean? Like, I've not, great if I could use words. I've not, like, organizing them by, like, what they are. In terms of, like, so, this is all randomized, but it's all PlayStation 1 games. Same going for the PS2 stuff. But it's starting to look full again on that wall. I don't like how blank it was looking. But yeah, we're just continuing with the project from yesterday, which we did get quite far, to be fair. So in this part, we'll just finish off the shelving, and then the next part is where we'll really go nuts with things. This is a bundle of PlayStation 2 and 360 games. I was out a couple of days ago at this place that did retro games. So I picked up a lot of PlayStation 2 stuff. So I'm going to rebuild my PS2 collection. So yeah. This is all Xbox 360 stuff, so that's going over that way. And I've currently got an original Xbox on the way. So this gaming collection, it's one of those things I do very frequently expand. The 360 is the console I've got the most games for. And that's, you know, by a long shot. If you've noticed me short off in previous streams, you'll see what I mean. Right. I will go and get more. This is more of the PlayStation 2 games. So I think I'll be able to expand this soon. And before anyone asks, I do genuinely play a lot of these. I don't play all of them on stream, because that was a question I was getting. There we go. Starting to take shape again. So, I'm surprised somebody, I'll be honest, right? I'm shocked. It's a Monday now, granted, in the UK. From what I understand, today's a bank holiday, so people might be off and stuff, but people were calling me Bob the Builder, yes. There's a meme that I find funny that occasionally gets shared on Reddit, and it's Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? No, Bob, sign the divorce papers. Right, I will continue to go get. Do you know what's crazy? I'll get a lot of comments talking about how old I am for how much physical media. Trust me. I like the idea of digital consoles, but I don't like the idea that now, like, say you buy a game from PlayStation, right? You buy it on the PlayStation Store. Sony have the ability to remove that game from your library if they choose. I noticed that when I had an Xbox Series X that I've owned for a little bit as well. They were able to take digital games I'd bought off me. I'm like, well, I don't like that. If you buy physical media, they can't take nothing off you. Plus, you can't sell digital games. These, at least, I can. If I get bored of a game. Right, this is all a bunch of 360 games, but yeah, I found it pretty funny, to be honest. But no, as I was saying, right, I'm surprised there's so many people here, but then again, it's a bank holiday in the UK or something like that. See now, I don't know, I just forget what's going on. Plus, it's currently like Easter break for university and stuff, so I'm off a bit more, but I am working as a result. So, it's all fun. Suppose I should put Gears of War 3 in here. I'm trying not to be organisational, but the other two Gears of War games were for each other. So, my brain told me you better fix those properly or I'll kill you. Fun, right? But yeah, you can see it's like 3 rows basically of 360 games. That's before I get the rest of them. That's the one thing I do enjoy, right, about these consoles being old. I don't enjoy the fact that all the games I played as a kid are like, some of them are now nearly 20 years old, but I enjoy how cheaply you can buy them. Granted, there is some games that cost a few quid, but I don't really. A lot of those games I've never really bothered trying to buy. The most expensive game I've ever bought for this retro collection is probably the Simpsons game. I paid like 30 quid for that, but that game is, being the Simpsons, it's going to be worth a bit of money. All right, I'm back. Again, it's more 360 games. It's not that bad, but when you consider, right, that the majority of the games for the Xbox 360 you can now buy for like £5 or less, that would be granted, right? See, if you go on CEX's website, which is where I buy all my retro games, you will find games for all consoles that are, you know, very expensive. Like, I'll give you an example, right? One type of game that's always expensive is certain wrestling games on the 360 are worth a good bit of money. For example, I did buy a game. I don't really spend more than £5 on some of the games, because what the games I want don't really cost more than that. One game I picked up a couple of nights ago that should arrive this week is one of my favourite Star Wars games. It's Star Wars Dark Forces for the PlayStation 1. So that one was about 15, but the PlayStation 1 games are a bit valuable at times. Right, and that's still not all of them. And this is the last stack of 360 games. I can organise these better later on, I just want them not in the other room. It's like, no one minds me doing what I'm doing, but I do feel slightly bad about doing it. That is all of my gaming stuff. I'm going to slightly change this up a little bit so it's a little bit neater. I say that I'm going to organise in a couple of days. It'll probably end up being a week or two before I remember that I want to do it. Looks good, eh? See, for the first, we're 56 minutes in and I feel we made good progress. I thought I'd still be struggling, like I'd have screwed up or something, or a screw would have got bent or something. No, it's looking great. I will never buy a real one. I'm not that bad. But like, I have a limit, and I feel that the real New York Yoda might be the limit. Yes, I'm the guy who has Cloud City, Boba Fett, a Shadow Off Trooper, and all the Chrome figures, but even I have a limit. Right, so it's just movies and stuff I need to bring through, but that is looking really good. I'm happy with that. And I've left those little spaces where I can put controllers and stuff for consoles when I'm not using them. Like, you know, I've got my PlayStation 2 controller. I mean, to be fair, right, see what that Lego figure represents? It is worth it in that regard. It's like, of how little of those exist, the price, the value can only go up. I have rationalized it to myself. I know I'll never have that kind of money to drop. Like 25 grand is a deposit on a house. 25 grand is buying a really deep, well, I'd say 25 grand is buying maybe not a luxury car, but a really nice car. 25 grand is remodel your house. 25, buy a very small bit of land for 25 grand. There's other ways you could spend and rationalize that money. That looks better though. No, I got those up because I hated how that looked. It was bugging me. Right, I'm gonna go get the other things from the other room.
You're in the toilet, Stephen. You're in the bathroom.
No.
No, right.
Starting to.
This is all just miscellaneous movies and series. There'll be someone in the comments going, why don't you use a streaming service? Why don't you go to hell? I do use streaming services, but there's some things I'd rather have the box set of, because streaming services, unless it's Disney, tend to take, like Netflix, take things away, so I'm more of a physical media kind of guy. I should have one that's just, I'll bring the rest of them through. These are all organised by like series and by what, if it's a movie or a TV series. I've recently taken up completely rearranging the place, and we're putting up these. I've finished putting up these shelves, so I'm just bringing things through that I put in another room to put back on it. This will be part one of possibly 2 streams, or hopefully not 3 today. Well, because I'm off yesterday, so it's off today.
Aye.
I'm going to work all day tomorrow.
Okay.
All day. 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. The boss. That'll teach me to have, oh, that'll teach me to have time off. I know.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
Alright, so it's a whole day tomorrow. I'm raging. No, so this is just more miscellaneous. I'm getting all these through at once. So there'll be about an hour between this stream and the next one. That's just what the plan is. And I'll keep streaming until I've got all those that shelf sorted out. You know, if they gave me the holidays like I asked, I wouldn't have to do this. I asked just for a week off and you told me to go fuck myself. That's the word. So back in March, at the start of March, I said, can I have a week off from February? Sorry, April, don't say it. The exact words were, I don't care, go fuck yourself, was the words. Because apparently I'm important. Well, why don't you pay me like, because I actually do my job. They didn't like me going places. You know what it'll be? Because see when I don't go to work, they notice. When I don't show up, they notice things don't get done. Right, that should be all of it. You subscribed, thank you. See, that surprises me that that's the one that's in first place. One second. Right, we'll work with what we've got. Maybe my idea of categorizing CDs and movie won't work. So they also have to have a place for Blu-rays, because the co-worker, right, that I go to these retro game stores and stuff with, he's got me into collecting Blu-rays now. And one of my co-workers actually gifted me one. Alright, the Desert Skiff. I'm kind of surprised that that's the one that's winning. But to be fair, that set is, I'd say that's one of those goated sets no one talks about. I mean, it was at the time, it was the cheapest set to have Boba Fett. We've got these Room 327, and we've got The Shining. Two brilliant Blu-rays. So Blu-rays, I don't know. We'll get this organised. The Italian Job. The young ones. You can my taste in TV is really. Some of you might find odd, or some of you might have never heard of some of the things. I am making a slight effort to organise these because it's easier to do these than it is the video games. That's the one that shocks me. I would have thought the TIE Crawler would have been doing well. That is a shock to me. I think Blu-rays all end up on the top shelf. So all these other movies, I rarely ever do anything with these. So these I'm going to put away in, I've got a little bit of storage. Not everything's going back out. Blu-rays, I've got these. I've also got this one that I picked up the other day. Oh, sorry. So now, starting to build a little sizable Blu-ray collection now. See, keep in mind, right, that vote will not end till I hit 4,000. Granted, we're now closer to 3,600, so I give it a couple of weeks. For all you know, the TIE Crawler could still win. We don't know. It could be an interesting result. I'm going to go in another room, check, see what else we got. Then I'm going to take that hour break, come back at 1. And then we'll just power through the rest of this. It's mine, there's the boxes in the other room that I showed at the end of the last stream. What happened? Alright. You seem to like putting bananas on toast. It's alright, I'm going to Asda at some point today. I'll pick up some. Well, I'm wanting some of my smoothie, so I'll get you bananas.
That you got to put everything clear.
No, I've still got a little bit to do.
Right, I'm back. Turns out nobody part 2 in the deal. I have never really went in nuts buying Xbox One games. I might, who knows, maybe I might start to buy more of them. I'm going to put them there actually, just so I know where they are. But I've never been big on buying games for that system. Right, the Blu-rays are going to go up the top here. I'm going to take away the spirit level. Nobody Part 2 can go in with the other movies. That's a great movie if you've not seen it. I do have Ted and Transformers on Blu-rays. Well, it got me into kind of the idea of buying them because they're kind of a cool thing to collect. Yes, I know, that's where my life is headed. But look, we've managed to get a good bit of progress done. I will be back at 1 to continue streaming. I'm going to go out to the store, do a couple other things I want to do quickly. Or rather need to do, but look, I'll take you up close. It is nice having that now. But, you know, we've got all sorted. Granted, all this Lego's not staying up here, right? There's some Lego up here. Like the Complete Saga minifigure display that's in there will go back up. But I will see you at 1 for the continuation.